I just came back from the supermarket, and yes, I already put pajama. And I want to make a small haul of the things that I bought. So I'm gonna, Alexa, stop. So I'm gonna go to like a student lunch. I'm gonna make guacamole. I bought these chips that look like, they call it tortilla chips, but I got 2 bags. I got avocado. There should be enough, like for a good amount of guacamole. Lemon or lime, but like, I mean it's limon in Spanish. I also got onion. So, this one is red onion, which I think usually a guacamole I will make it, I mean, I actually never make it, I just now because it's like Mexican, right? But yeah, anyways, I think usually guacamole is with white onion, but the red onion was 99 euros, and I got all of these onions, so it's gonna be red onion. I actually already have tomatoes in my fridge, and yeah, I mean there is no cilantro, but it's fine. And yeah, I think I'm good to go. Additionally, I bought bananas. I'm actually really happy because I bought this milk. It's rice with cocoa. But we also have an image of like, it looks like, how do you say? Like trigo. And you know, I also got cereal, which as a kid, of course, I had the American breakfast, and at one point in my life, I did have cereal with milk in the mornings. I'm talking about like the very sugar cereal and like that, and like cow milk and like that, and I did that as a kid. Last time I ate cereal was in Athens, but that was like the first time in like probably since I was an adult. Like I never had cereal as an adult, and when I was in Athens they had like something similar to this with chocolate, and I got it. And I also got like a milk, I think it was also coconut milk, and I enjoyed it so much, and I think that moment is coming back. So yeah, I got this cereal which says no sugar, blah blah, anyways, and I have like dark chocolate. So I'll just cut it in pieces and add it as well. I'm having so many like kids throwback. So I saw this in the supermarket. I went to the supermarket with the idea of, I wanted like a dessert. There are many like types of cookies, chocolates, blah blah. There are many things, no? I usually have targeted the ones that I always buy, but I saw this. And this I remembered my childhood. So as a kid, I did eat Oreos, and I did eat the Oreos that looked like this but had white. I did have them. However, I never had the Oreos with the chocolate, just with the white one, you know, but not this one. I never had this. And it's crazy because I always buy the same cookies at the supermarket, but today I saw this and I was like, I'm gonna make come true my dream as a kid to try these Oreos. By the way, this is not sponsored by Oreo. I haven't arrived that far yet. But yeah, I just thought, let's just try this. However, I know the big disclaimer that Oreos tastes so different depending in the country where you are. So I mean, I think I tried Oreo maybe once in France, and it tastes 100% different from the ones in Mexico, which I think, I think the ones in Mexico and the US, they are also different. But yeah, anyways, I know it's not gonna have the taste that I know. You know, I remember as a kid, they used to say that Oreos, well, when I was a kid in Mexico, you know, I don't know if it was worldwide, but I remember everybody said that Oreos were vegan. Because what are inside Oreos? I have no idea. But apparently they were vegan, so they had everything but milk and eggs. So I don't know what is those cookies. But I know in France it's like much regulated, like to have real ingredients and like that. So yeah, this one has milk. So yeah, I don't know, it's just gonna taste the French way with this, but at least I get to see the image. And obviously I got a baguette. Stay hydrated, especially because I'm gonna have a very chocolatey dinner. So the cereal, I imagine we have to move it around a little bit. Oh, you have to see this. Oh no, why am I dropping the milk? Alexa, play Lana Del Rey, Heaven is on Earth. No, I went in the song of like, heaven is a place on earth with you. Oh my god. So excited. I always get excited with food. Thank you to the cereal. To the farmer. And of course to all the farmers. You know, this week I had some classes of agriculture. I'm enjoying the cereal. But yeah, I was thinking about my economics class. Because there we also talk about agriculture. I mean, we didn't talk about agriculture, but it's the basic example at the economics class, international economics. Like, the country specialized in wheat, the country specialized in soy, and so on, right? How the economy is, the comparative advantage, the whole international economics class. I was just thinking about that. And because at the same time, now the sustainable agriculture class, it's like the engineer part. I mean, talk about the land. For example, the last class I had was an expert in soil. She talks about the disadvantages of being only wheat, you know, in a land that is only wheat. In reality, it needs diversity, and eventually, for example, cows are raised in other parts of the world and they make the soil to stop being useful, like soil dies. However, in a soil where, for instance, they have wheat, during a moment of the year, another moment of the year you have animals walking around, another moment of the year you have different plants growing, and all of this, you have a happy soil. Instead of it's like something fake, right? Like they will put fake crops during the time that the wheat is not there. The soil regains its nutrients. And then machines will kind of massage the soil and so on. So yeah, how far we've came for having instead a comparative advantage rather than a hot soil. But yeah, I don't know, I was just thinking about that. And yeah, and this is wheat. And chocolate is a big topic. I want to say as well, because my undergrad was from a business school. The dream was finance. Where I was working, it was very business. And then when I go, because now I'm doing like the master in an engineer school, and the courses are much more like about science. It's crazy because it feels like everything that is business is fake. I worked in a bank. I was working in the risk management function. I was not quant. I didn't do any math, but I was in the ESG part, like make the bank green. So yeah, most of my days I was spending in front of the computer, repairing PowerPoint slides, making Excels, like analyzing data, but like, okay, you analyze data, but it's like fake data. Everything humans have invented. Plus, we're talking about soil, we're talking about something real, you know? We're not talking about making a PowerPoint slide of how much money you lose or the climate risk. There is physical risk, and there's another one that starts with T. And it's all the risks that come from regulation, technology, things like that. And these risks are like, once again, we invented them. It's not that something will happen with the water, but it's something like a policy that's against the bank to disclose what they are doing with the ESG. I'm learning a lot in the master about real things, and just seeing like, for example, I have this classmate that she knows a lot about waste management, and it's amazing, like, the job that they did was to manage waste. And it's something that we need, and like that. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's just two different kinds of things in life. All the business students and the engineer students, it's just different. And yeah, I guess I'm glad that I could see difference or the relationship, or I don't know. But yeah, it's the moment of the trying the Oreo. I kind of want something salty. But I've been waiting for this. Oh my god, it smells like Oreo, like chocolate Oreo. This is the smell I imagine. Sugary. Let's try. Hazel, who was once a kid, finally got to try these cookies, and they tasted just as I imagined. This is the taste I imagined, or maybe I tried them and that's why I know the taste, but in my head I don't have memories of this one. Only the white one. But it actually tastes like the white one. Very satisfied with these results, that I didn't went to my usual cookies, and that I went to the innovative Oreo. That was 3 times more expensive than my French local cookies, but it's okay. It's good to try different things. It was too sugary. I made a Greek salad